Jim Parsons has just arrived in Paris to investigate his paternal French ancestry.
Now I'm headed to the National Archives of France to meet with Professor Drew Armstrong, a specialist in 18th century French history. I've asked Drew to sift through the archives holdings for any information about my French ancestors, Prosper and Alexandre Louis Truard.
I haven't been able to find anything substantial on Prosper Truard.
Okay.
However, for Alexandre Louis Truard, I have found some documentation that starts to open up vision into his life.
Okay, beautiful.
The first piece is the baptismal record of Alexandre Louis Truard.
Okay.
So we have a translation.
You have a translation.
We have a translation.
Beautiful. Okay. So, baptism on Monday, the 16th of March, 1761, of Alexandre Louis, okay, my 5 times great-grandfather, son of Louis Francois Truard. Okay, there's a new name. So Louis Francois Truard, he's my 6-time great-grandfather.
That's correct, yes.
Architect to the king. So Louis Francois Truard is an architect to the king, the literal king?
That is correct, yes.
Really?
Yes. He is the architect to Louis XV.
It's Louis XV?
Louis XV, precisely.
Wow. Okay. Godfather, Louis Truard, marble supplier to the king. So Louis Truard, who is that?
Louis Truard is your 7 times great-grandfather.
7 times great-grandfather.
He's the father of Louis Francois Truard, architect of the king.
So not only was my 6 times great-grandfather, Louis Francois Truard, architect to King Louis XV, but his father, Louis Truard, was marble supplier to the king. Unbelievable. So all of Alexandra's family basically worked for the king?
It looks like that, doesn't it? Absolutely.
It does look
absolutely.
Like that. Yeah.
But Louis Truard is a middle-class person, not an aristocrat.
Oh, he's not. Not as noble a job as what his son ended up in, but it was a very good job.
It was a very, very good position, as opposed to his son, Louis Francois, who is being groomed as a professional.
Huh.
So a complete transition from one generation to the next generation. Louis Truard essentially positioned his son, Louis Francois, in the most elite artistic circles in France.
Wow. Well, how does one ever become an architect to the king? I mean, I can't imagine that's easy or a common thing to do.
It was neither easy nor common, and that's the whole point. So this is an 18th century register, and what this is here is a transcription of an official document concerning Louis Francois Truard. This is your 6 times great-grandfather.
September 1754. And this is the translation of that?
This is the translation.
Acting on the report submitted to us of the great aptitude of Mr. Louis Francois Truard of Paris, about 25 years of age, in the art of architecture he has practiced through study under Mr. Loriot, professor of the Royal Academy of Architecture, in which he won the first prize last year, 1753. We have chosen and named him to be one of the boarding students sponsored by the Academy of Painting, Sculpture, and Architecture, established for service to His Majesty in Rome. So he was scholarshiped to go to Rome.
He was scholarshiped, absolutely.
In the hope, although not necessarily for sure, that he would one day work for the king.
Indeed, that is a strong implication. Winning that prize, the Grand Prix of Rome, this is when his career is absolutely made.
Yeah.
It's extremely uncommon to have this opportunity.
Wow. So what does he do after Rome? How does he continue this trajectory?
So he's in Rome from 1754 to 1757, and then he travels back. One document that I found that helps to give a sense of how he's cultivating his supporters is this letter.
This is 1769, so wait, let me see something real quick. He was 25 in 1754, so this is 1769, so he's 40. So am I. It is with pleasure, sir, that I announce that the king has elected you to fulfill in the 2nd class of his Academy of Architecture the place made vacant by the death of Mr. Pluyet.
Yes.
Wow.
He becomes a member of an organization called the Royal Academy of Architecture, an elite, learned, scholarly body. There were 32 seats, divided into 2 classes, 16 seats per class. And you had to wait for someone to die in order for a vacancy to open up. And then
It's like looking for real estate in New York. I do not doubt that this new favor by His Majesty shall prove for you further reason for zeal in his service. Oh, I mean, really, it's his acceptance letter.
in 1769, he is catapulted into the Academy. It's the greatest honor you could achieve. That's the most significant function of the Academy. You are honored by the king. Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Coming up, Jim finds his ancestor rubbing elbows with remarkable men.
To Truard, what's going on here?